Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to do the real review of the Sony Xperia Z2 tablet. Now, I didn't bother doing an unboxing video on this because I already had it for about a week. I took it with me out of town, and let me just start off the video by saying this. This tablet is a go. Alright, now let's just pop it open just to see what you get inside the box. Typical Verizon presentation, red and white theme. You get some specs on the back. We'll go over that in a minute. Inside, you're going to get your tablet, which I put the plastic back on, like I said, just for dramatic effect. You get your SIM card. You get the usual books and shit, which I already lost. You get your micro USB cable and your wall charger. Alright, so that's it. Now let's take a look at the tablet. I know a lot of people just like to see that part of the video where you peel the plastic off, so I just put it back on. Like I said, dramatic effect. This tablet, trust me, fellas, ladies, this is hot. Now, if you've never seen any of my videos before, whenever I do a real review, I always like to talk about everything I don't like first, and then we'll get into everything that I do like. But since this is unboxing / real review, I gotta throw the specs out there because we never talked about them yet. That's what I would normally do in the unboxing video. So let's get into the specs real quick. First off, the price. Now, the price for this at Verizon, for this one right here, this is a Verizon 32 gig model. It's gonna cost you $500 with a 2-year contract. Now, without a 2-year contract, it's gonna cost you $600. Okay? Now, specs. You got a 10-inch screen diagonally. Real nice. The display, 1920 by 1200 with 224 PPI. Now, I know what you're saying. The PPI is a little bit lower compared to something like the iPad, which has about 264. Yeah, it's a little bit lower, but you don't really, you can't really tell with the naked eye. It looks great. And not to mention, you got to keep in mind, lower PPI means better battery life. And this is a battery beast right here. All right. As far as internally, you got a Snapdragon 801 with the Adreno 330 chipset. Quad-core processor clocked in at 2.3 gigahertz. Basically, top of the line specs right there. You got 3 gigs of RAM. This comes in a 16 gig version also if you get the Wi-Fi only. But I got the 4G LTE version. So 32 gig storage space with expandable memory. So you can put all the way up to 128 gigs memory card in here. So that's kind of hot right there. 6,000 milliamp battery, which they claim you could get 13 hours straight screen time watching videos, 13 hours straight. And it also has stamina mode. Now, stamina mode means this tablet, you can have it on standby for 1,176 hours. All right. So somebody hit me up in the comments, do the math, tell me how many days that is, but that's a long time. All right. So that's a good look right there, stamina mode. As far as cameras, you got an 8 megapixel camera on the back, 2.2 megapixel camera in the front. That's pretty decent for a tablet. The weight, 15.48 ounces, which is basically less than 1 pound. The height, 10.47 inches. Now, it's running Android 4.4.2 KitKat, so that's pretty much the latest version of Android, other than the Nexus tablets that have the very, very latest. I think they're up to 4.4.3 now, if I'm not mistaken. Haven't pulled out my Nexus in a while, but I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. And one of the main things about this tablet now, as far as specs, is IP58 certified, which means it's dust resistant and water resistant. And when I say water resistant, that means up to 5 feet. All right, so this is going to be the tablet that you want in the summertime at the beach. This is going to be the tablet for in the bathroom, in the bathtub. That's a good look right there. Now, let me tell you some bonus features real quick. If you get this from Verizon, you get 90 days of free music streaming, which I'm going to take full advantage of. You get 6 pre-selected Blockbuster movies to download and own. So, you don't get to pick them, but whatever. Out of 6, I didn't even check yet, but out of 6, pretty much 2 of them will probably be good and the other 4 might be whatever. But they free, so whatever. And you get exclusive access pass for Spider-Man 2. When it's available, you get to download that first and right onto your tablet. All right, so that's it for the specs. Now let's take a look at the actual build. This tablet is the thinnest and lightest tablet on the planet right now. And trust me, when you pull it out the box, you got to feel it for yourself. It feels like holding a phone. It feels like holding a Galaxy Note. It's ultra, ultra thin, ultra light. Paper thin. Trust me, it's even lighter than the iPad Air. And I thought that was like super light. This is the lightest tablet that I ever held right now. All right, this is a good look. On the top, you got your cutout port right here. This is for your SIM card and your micro USB card. USD. Your micro USB card. Fellas, bear with me. All right, so micro, I'm all over the place. Micro SD card and your SIM card at the top. Then you got your USB charging port right here. And you got IR blaster. All right, so full remote control status. On the other side, you got your power button, which is a really small silver little circle power button. And your volume up and down button. Yes, volume up and down. But it's really thin, but it has a nice click to it. I don't know if you can hear that. Nice click to it. It's really thin. You're not going to accidentally press this like on some other tablets. You always accidentally pressing the power button. You ever seen if you use a Galaxy Note, a lot of times you'll be doing work and you accidentally press the power button, and you know that tablet, sometimes it doesn't power right back on. You know, we'll talk about that in a minute. But this power button, you're not going to have to worry about accidentally pressing it. Okay, volume up and down on the side. On the bottom, you got these pins. I'm assuming they're for if you get a dock for this. So I'll check online and see if the Z2 has a nice dock. We'll get into that next. On the other side, you got nothing. On the front, you got your 2.2 megapixel camera. And on the back, 8 megapixel camera. All right, so that's around that's a quick look around the device. But you can see already off the top on the back. The back is made out of plastic. It has this kind of matte finish to it. And let's automatically start that as first. Let's talk about everything that I don't like first, and let's start with that. The back of this now, keep in mind, it's, like I said, thinnest and lightest tablet. I'm definitely feeling that. But the back of this, if you got OCD like me and you like to keep your gadgets clean, which I do, you're going to have to walk around with something like this. You're going to constantly be, wiping this down. But now keep in mind, I'm sitting under these extra bright lights. I'm definitely sweating right now. So it's a little bit more smudges than you would normally get laying in your bed. But at the end of the day, you're going to get a lot of smudges on this, a lot of fingerprints. This attracts dirt. Okay, so that's the first thing about this tablet I don't like. The back of it, I'm OCD, like I said, especially with black gadgets. I like all my gadgets to be clean and crisp and shiny. This is a fingerprint magnet right here. Next thing I don't like about this, no flash for the camera. Now, is that a big deal? Not really, because you're not going to be at your best friend's wedding holding this tablet up taking pictures. You're going to use your phone. Your phone probably has a better camera than this, or you're going to get a real camera, especially something important like a wedding or, your daughter's graduation, anything like that. You're not going to be having this tablet out taking the pictures. All right. And you're also not going to be driving around in your car in the middle of the night taking pictures out your car window using this. So as far as the flash, not a big deal. But the one thing I don't like about not having a flash is you can't use a flashlight. You can't use the torch app. And I use that a lot. When I'm sitting in my living room in the middle of the night and I'm watching movies, I like to watch movies in complete darkness. So I'm watching a movie, especially if I'm watching a horror movie or something, I might have to, quickly look for the lighter, look for something on the floor. I got a cat. My cat be, taking on my stuff and bouncing with it. So I like to use a torch every now and then. But my main thing is really looking for lighters and looking for stuff, that fell in the seat of the couch. If you're using your tablet, and I use my tablet as a remote control. So if you're using a tablet, it's nice to have a flashlight on deck at all times. Is that a big deal? Not really, but something that I definitely don't like. Next, no stylus. Now, call me spoiled for having a Galaxy Note. I'm used to having an S Pen, especially on a big device, a big tablet. This has that sketch app. No stylus comes with it. Now, you can get one of those universal styluses, but they're not the same like an S Pen. Like I said, I'm spoiled from having an S Pen, so I judge tablets based on, what's out. Now, keep in mind, people are going to say, well, iPad doesn't have it either. Yeah, but I got to mention it because you're paying $600 for this. You could get a tablet with a stylus. If that's, really, really life and death important to you, you could get this. It's available. But is it a big deal for me? Not really. I already got a Galaxy Note. But small price to pay for this extra thin waterproof joint. So, like I said, these are just things I don't like, not deal breakers for me though. Nothing that I mentioned so far is a deal breaker. I'm just spoiled. And another thing I'm spoiled about, no split screen multitasking. All right, now I'm used to having the Galaxy Note. I'm used to having 2 split screens or 4 split screens at the same time, running apps And this doesn't have it. This does have multitasking. We'll get into that in a few, but it's not the same as the split screen on the Galaxy Note. And once again, that technology is available, so you know that's something to consider when you're going to go buy a tablet. But small price to pay for waterproof, thinnest tablet on the market. What else? Also, that's, you know, now this being the thinnest tablet on the market, that kind of like a double-edged sword. It's ultra thin, but if you like me, I'll fall asleep with the tablet in the bed. If you roll over onto this tablet, or you accidentally sit on this tablet, you leave it on your bed, you get up, you go do something, you come home, you forgot you had it on the bed. This is the kind of tablet that if you sit on, I'm guaranteeing you that it's gonna break. Like, you can almost flex, you can almost bend this tablet. It's extra thin. So you just gotta be careful. That's not something I don't like. That's just something I'm letting y'all know to be careful about. All right, make sure you don't sit on this. And the last thing about this tablet I don't like, as you can probably see for yourself, the screen is ultra reflective. Now, inside, not the biggest deal in the world. But if you're using this tablet outside, the viewing angles on this get kind of crazy. It reflects so crazy. Sometimes it's like looking at a mirror. You know, it's like looking directly into a mirror. So that's one thing I don't like, that extra reflective screen. You know, viewing angles kind of choppy. Is it a deal breaker? Not at all. Now, let's get into everything that I do like. Let me just get something. Okay, let's get into everything I do like. Like I said, I'm up in here boiling. I'm sitting under these lights. It's like 90 degrees outside. Boiling. And I'm a big dude, so bear with me, y'all. First thing, the build. Thinnest, lightest tablet. I can't stress that enough. The build quality on this is so hot. Now, this has like this metal around the sides. If you look at the top, this is all metal. All thin. I love this little power button right here. Like I said, I hate accidentally turning off the tablet. And this tablet is a go, because when you turn it off, it turns right back on. You see that? Turn it off, turn right back on. Try that with your Galaxy tablet and hit me up in the comments and let me know what happens. When you got your Galaxy Note, you can't turn it off and turn it right back on like that. It's not happening. And that's why sometimes when I'm doing something important, I hate accidentally pressing that button and turning off my Note, and then you turn it on, and sometimes, you know, with the Samsung with the TouchWiz, it takes a second to pop up. I love this, the way it turns off and on that fast, like that little power button, like the little volume up and down too. Like I said, no mishaps on this. All right, so the build quality on this is a go. Next, the display. The display on this is beautiful. Like I said, now don't get too involved with all that, you know, 224 PPI versus 264 PPI, all that PPI stuff. You know, like when I do reviews, I don't really get into specs. I get into real world use. When you look at something, when you walk by and somebody got the tablet and they showing you a movie, you're not going to say, wow, that looks nice. It looks like it's about 230 PPIs. You're not going to say that. You're just going to say that looks nice or it doesn't look nice. And this definitely looks nice. Let's throw a quick movie on. Let's see what they got on the, let's see. Show you, just to give you an idea of how this screen looks. It's amazing. Yeah, I should have put my Wi-Fi on here. I got 4G running in this. Let me see. Maybe I'll connect my Wi-Fi. All right. Hold on a second, fellas. Let me connect the Wi-Fi. Okay. I didn't bother connecting the Wi-Fi. I can't find my I just got a new Wi-Fi router. I can't find the password to it. So we'll get into that in a little bit. But it loaded up. So let's check out the display.
What did he say? He's going to destroy the world.
I also turned down one of the lights because it's extra bright.
My father said that one day, if man continued in his ways,
beautiful display.
It would annihilate this world.
All right, so the display on this is a major win, and it's a Sony. So, you know, Sony is famous for making Sony TVs. If you know anybody who got a Sony TV, you know, ever since back in the day, Sony knows how to do it when it comes to screens, and this is no exception. All right, so the screen on this is a win. Next, the bezels. All right, let's talk about the bezels on this. Now, let me go to a wide screen real quick just so you can get an idea. All right, look at the bezels on this. Now, look how wide these bezels are. I hear some people say they don't like the bezels that big because, you know, a lot of cheap tablets, you know, put these big bezels like that. Personally, I like the bezels on this. I like them big like this. This way, when you're holding the tablet in your hand, you're not accidentally pressing the screen. Now, a lot of cats, if y'all watch all of my videos, y'all know when I do case videos and all that, I like to take it to the website because I don't like memorizing specs and all that. So I just take it right to the website so y'all can see for yourself. A lot of times when I'm holding my Galaxy Note 12, I'll accidentally go like this and open the split screen up or accidentally touch an app. Now with these big bezels like this, you're not going to have that problem. You can just hold the tablet right in your hands, nice and comfortably, from both angles. All right, horizontally and vertically, landscape and portrait. You can just hold it like this, no problems. All right, so now, like I said, some people don't like the big bezels like that. I like the bezels. Next, dual speakers on the front. Y'all heard me say that so many times. I think putting the speakers on the front is the best placement on phones, tablets, basically anything. Any device you want the speakers facing you, you want to get maximum sound. If you look closely on the bottom, these have the speakers facing the front, dual speakers. Now, these speakers have something that Sony's calling S-Force surround sound. All right, S-Force. What that means is there's actually 2 speakers in each side. So it's a total of 4 speakers. So you got 2 on this side, 2 on this side, and the speakers sound great. The last tablet I had that had some banging speakers like this, other than my old school Motorola Zoom, that was like one of the best, my Galaxy Note 10. All right, the Galaxy Note 10 had a nice set of speakers on it. This one is right up there with that. Speakers on this sound great. When you're playing music, you're not going to have a problem. Matter of fact, let's take it to a song real quick. Let's see what we got on the Amazon. Let's see what's if this will run out. Let's see if we can get some music going.
Throw it up, watch it all fall out. Throw it up, that's how we ball out.
Rihanna for y'all that don't know.
Throw it up, watch it all fall out. Throw it up, that's how we ball out. Strip clubs and dollar bills. Look, got more money, Patron shots, gonna get a refill.
All right, now this sounds pretty good. I got the volume up. You can hit the equalizer if you want, play around with the settings, but this sounds good. Front-facing speakers are always going to sound better than rear-facing speakers, bottom-facing speakers. You know, anywhere else other than the front is always going to sound better. So the speakers on this is a definite win. Next, also having to do with the sound, when you put your headphones on this, it's going to sound crazy. All right, when you're wearing headphones, now keep in mind, Sony sells some special noise-canceling headphones, which I'm going to probably get later. But in the meantime, I just have my Monsters on. I had the Beats joints, and they sound crazy. All right, you play around with the EQ. I can't demonstrate that for y'all, but when you put the headphones in, when you plug them in, and like I said, I just went out of town. When you're on that plane, it's going to sound nice. It's going to sound just like an iPad. Just like an iPod. You know, iPods are, known for having that quality sound. It's going to sound the same. All right, it's banging. So I'm definitely feeling that. I would love to try it with the noise cancellation headphones. We got to get into those next. Next, camera. Now the camera on this, like I said, 8 megapixels, not the best. You're not going to be out at the graduation taking pictures. But if you're sitting in your house and you want to take a quick selfie and send it to your girl, the front-facing camera is perfect. If you got to do some video chatting, front-facing camera is perfect. Even the rear-facing camera. Now let me show you some. So this camera has some fun features on it, though. Let me just pull up the camera real quick, and we'll show you some of these fun features. All right, let me move this back some. All right, now check out some of these features. You got superior auto. Let's zoom in on that. All right, superior auto, so you can take optimal audio or automatic settings. You got manual. Change the settings yourself. You got background defocus. Now that's like for all those Instagram filters, or you take a picture of this and blur out the background. It doesn't look all that great, but it doesn't look bad. You got the AR effect, which is the hottest feature of this camera. We'll skip that and come back to that last. You got creative effect, select effects for artists or photos. Change all the effects. You got the time shift burst. I'll show you that real quick. You got social live, take pictures and send them right to your social networks. And you got panorama. All right, so with the time shift burst, now how this works is, when you try to take a picture of a little kid, you tell them to stand still or something. Right at the last minute, they're always going to do something right at the last minute and make you miss the shot. What this will do is, this will take a bunch of pictures, and you'll have a picture from before you press the button, like it'll go back a little bit, and a little bit from after you press the button. This is what it'll look like. Let me zoom out so you can see it. It'll look like this. You see all those pictures popped up. Now, I'm taking a picture of a stationary object, but if I was taking a picture of somebody moving, it would have looked hot because you'll see every little, from a fraction of a second, so you get that perfect smile. All right, so I'm definitely feeling that. Now for my favorite one, AR effect. Now this is kind of, Kind of gimmicky, but it's a lot of fun though. It's a lot of fun. So let's pick our dinosaur. All right, now it's gonna add these effects. Okay, here we go. You see now, as you move around, it adds all these dinosaur effects. My zoom is crazy on this camera, but let's go back. Let's try another one. Let's try dive underwater. Like I said, this is kind of gimmicky, but it's a lot of fun when you're going outside. Like I said, I'm just taking pictures of stationary objects, so you don't really get to see the full effect. You see, you got the fish swimming, got the, make it look like you underwater in the fish tank. You got Spider-Man. Now, there's a bunch of these that you could download out of the Android market. I have to set for Spider-Man. I gotta accept the terms, and I just downloaded that. But play with it for yourself. A lot of fun. I was sitting in the airport taking pictures. Some of the pictures came out crazy. Maybe I'll post some on Instagram. Maybe I won't. But but it's nice though. Nice little feature right there. Next, IP58 waterproof status. That is major for me. This is gonna be a type of tablet that you want to have in the bathtub. Now, especially ladies, y'all like taking baths and all that. And fellas too, I like a good bath every now and then. I'm more of a shower dude myself, but whatever. This is the kind of tablet you can have at the pool, you can have at the beach. You don't have to worry about dust and dirt, and you definitely don't have to worry about water. So this is a nice outdoor tablet, IP58 certified. All right, so that's another thing I'm feeling, waterproof status. Next, gaming. Now, I'm not a big tablet gamer and all of that, but so far, all the games I played, they ran smooth, no problems at all. Let's do a quick tempo run just so I can show y'all. Like I said, I had to go to Dominican Republic the other day because I wanted to go get some white Hennessy. Shout out to all my homies out there in Punta Cana. It was just a one-day trip, in and out. But I took this on the flight with me, and I was playing Angry Birds, and I was playing Temple Run. I'm a scrub at Temple Run, but let's give it a go. Let's give it the old college try. Now, I'm looking through the camera, so if I die real quick, it is what it is. Okay. Let's try that one more time, because you didn't even get to see how the graphics move. Let me try to pay attention a little bit. Like I said, I'm up in here boiling under these lights, so my fingers is mad sweaty. All right, you see it? It's going nice and smooth, though. If you're into games, you're going to have a lot of fun with this. You're going to have a lot of fun if you're into games. So as far as gaming, no hiccups, no lags. Gaming is a go. Like I said, I don't really play games too much on it, but for all those basic games that I do play, I've never had a problem. I've heard from other people that they play all those, hardcore Riptide games and all that, and they never had a problem either. So if you want to go get one of those Bluetooth controllers, this is a nice tablet you'll have fun with, and especially since the tablet is so light and thin, you could easily prop it up somewhere. You put it in your job, prop it up on the side of your desk, and you can get busy with the controller. All right, so gaming is a go. Next, the Walkman Player. Now, this is a great music app right here. Nice and simple, nice and clean. And not to mention, I'm old school, so as soon as I seen Sony Walkman, it immediately brought back a lot of memories from back in the days when you had the old school Sony Walkmans. The name alone brought back some memories, but this app is real nice. You see how it shows all the album art? Let's see what Drake got on deck. Let's see. Speakers on this sound great. All right, nice and loud. Okay, so the Sony Walkman app is real nice. And like I said, you get 90 days of free music streaming, so you better take advantage of that. Next, let's talk about the battery. Now, like I said, when I went out of town, when I went to DR, that flight was about 3.5 hours long. So I charged this up. I left my house with this on 100. Got to the airport about an hour and a half, early. As soon as I got, situated in the airport, I started, using my Gmail, started, chilling on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. As soon as I got on the plane, I immediately dropped my micro SD card with all my episodes of Family Guy, American Dad, all these movies I got on SD card. I watched movies, now they got the new rule that you don't have to put your electronics away. So I watched this literally for 3.5 hours straight. got off at Punta Cana, didn't even leave the airport, went straight to duty free, bought a whole bunch of liquor, wait for my return flight. So the whole time I'm using this straight. Like I said, I caught the last flight overnight, took the flight back in the morning. So I didn't even have to, the flight left about maybe an hour after I got there, the return flight. So 3.5 hours going, 3.5 hours coming, maybe about another 2 hours worth of, fooling around in the airport. When I left the house, it was at 100%. When I got back home, it was at 40%. So that is great battery. Now, I didn't have the screen brightness at 100, but I had it pretty bright. And when I was on the plane, I was playing Temple Run, playing Angry Birds Star Wars, and at the same time listening to music. So the whole time the tablet is activated and it's going, and the battery drain wasn't that bad. So you're definitely gonna get 8 hours. And if you weren't about a tablet to take to work and fool around at work all day, you ain't gonna have a problem. You definitely getting the full 8 hours, no problem. Next, PlayStation integration. Now this is a hot little feature right here. Let me see. Where did I have that app at? Let's find that for y'all real quick, just so you can see it. PlayStation app. All right, so now, since this is Sony, same as a PlayStation, you could connect this. So now while you're playing your PlayStation, you have this app open, and you could be receiving your messages. A lot of cats like to, talk trash back and forth while you're playing the games. I know I do. You could be receiving your messages. You could go to the PlayStation Network, download games, and it'll automatically, come on your PlayStation. Just a whole bunch of stuff. Check all your trophies. Check all your friends that's online. This is a good look. All right, just like the Smart Glass for Xbox One app, this is built into this tablet. All right, so that's a win right there. Next, the UI. Now, the Sony's UI, I like this UI way better than a lot of stuff. And I haven't been using Sony products in the last couple of years. I ain't gonna front. I haven't used none of those Xperia phones in a minute. I played with the first tablet when it first came out. I played with it, and I decided to go Note instead. But after using this one, this tablet has a nice smooth UI, no lag at all. All right, no lag factors on this at all. Like I said, when you turn it off, turn right back on. That's so important to me. When you turn it off, turn it right back on. The UI is nice and clean, nice and smooth, no hiccups, no lag when you're going from screen to screen. The UI on this is nice. Sometimes, all that fancy animations and stuff, sometimes that's nice, but what that does is slow down the device. Cause you to get lag. You got all these air gestures, all this, all that. All that's going to do is give you some unnecessary lag. Now, so me, I like gimmicks and all that too, but sometimes I want a nice workhorse tablet that I don't have to worry about lag. I can just turn it off, turn it right back on, no problem. This is a go. So the UI on this is crazy. It's nice and smooth, nice and clean. Let's talk about multitasking real quick. Now, like I said, you can't do the split screen, but what you can do, when you hit that menu button, you're going to get a list of apps that pop up on the bottom. Now, you can change these. Now, you can't put anything. You can change these to the specific apps that they have right here: calendar, calculator, browser, bookmarks, and active clip, and remote control. That's the apps that they have right there, and you can also add widgets. So I add a Facebook widget, Twitter widget. You also have a timer. All right, so let me show you how that works. And you can open all of these up as you go. So now you go to your multitasking, just like regular multitasking. You can slide up different apps. But now say I need a calculator. I press the button. Calculator pops up on the screen. So now I got a floating calculator. Now say I need my calendar. Press the calendar. Calendar pops up. Say I need to check my Gmail. Gmail pops up. Just like that. So floating apps that you can move around. That's multitasking right there. A lot of stuff you can open up on this. Like I said, you can add more stuff. I like this little one too. Screen capture. Now, if you want to do a screenshot, all you got to do is volume down and power. Everybody knows that. But now you can have this little thing right here, screen capture, floating around. So now when you are in a heated discussion or heated argument, you get ready to put somebody on blast, you want to take a quick screenshot, press the button, take a screenshot. Then you can message it, email it, crop it, sketch it, add some stuff to it, highlight the what the person said, and just send it right over. All right, so multitasking on this, it works. It's a go. Now, you can't put every app on it. I know that. Once you root it, you probably could root it and do some stuff to it. But this is just stock right out the box. You get a nice little selection, though. All right, like I just go straight to my Twitter, pop open my Twitter. So I could be browsing other stuff with my Twitter open. So if there's a heated, argument going on Twitter, I can still be doing my other stuff and keeping track of the tweets. Right, so multitasking looks good. You also have throw feature. When you pull this down from the top, you can throw. So now, once you connect this to your Bluetooth speakers, connect it to your TV, connect it to wherever you got that's available to connect it to. If I'm watching a video or looking at some pictures, I just hit throw and it'll pop up on my TV. If I'm listening to some music, I can throw it right to a Bluetooth speaker. All right, so throw feature is good. What else? This tablet also has NFC. That's a win right there. Especially y'all see me just do this. Matter of fact, I got it right here. Well, I can't even reach it. I got the LoomSync speaker that has NFC Bluetooth pairing. So now when I pull out the LoomSync speaker, all I got to do is tap the NFC and pair it right to the tablet. So NFC on the tablet, that's a good look. You know, some people don't use NFC, some people do. This also has the IR blaster. So now you can use your remote control. Now, I didn't even set this one up yet, but yeah, I didn't even bother to set it up yet, but remote control. So now while you're sitting on the couch, you could also be changing your channels, you know, changing the volume up and down, controlling your TV, controlling your stereo, do what you got to do, IR blaster. All right, so that's a good look right there too. What else? The keyboard. This has a nice swipe keyboard. Let me pull up a message screen real quick, just so we could check. Let's see. Let me pull up a quick message. What do I have? Oh boy, here we go. Matter of fact, I'll pull up, let's see what's going down on Google Plus. Some drama going down on Google Plus right now. All right. I won't let y'all see the drama. But you have a swipe, all right? You see? So you have your swipe keyboard on this. My hands is extra sticky, but it works. Nice swipe keyboard. Keyboard is very responsive. That's something important I had to mention because, you know, a lot of these Galaxy tablets, sometimes the keyboard, when you type in, you type out a word and it doesn't come up on the screen. But, you know, it has a little lag and then it'll pop up. I hate that also. I like to type fast. This keeps up with the typing. So if you're one of those fast keyboard typers and you got a tablet and you know how to type like this will keep up with you. I just had to mention that real quick. Keyboard is a go on this. And last but not least, one of my favorite categories I like to talk about when I review products, the Floss Factor. So what is the Floss Factor that you ask? And if you've never seen my videos, the Floss Factor is, how does this tablet compare to other tablets when you pull this out in the street? All right, so when you're outside and somebody pulls out a Galaxy Note 10, somebody pulls out the iPad, somebody pulls out a Nexus, somebody pulls out a Surface, how do you fit in? Do you have to put your tablet to the side and just fall back and let everybody shine? Or can you stand there with pride and confidence like, yeah, I'm on top of the food chain too? Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being maximum, 1 being 0, I would give this tablet a solid 8. First of all, the tablet is waterproof. Matter of fact, let's give this a 9. This tablet is ultra thin, the lightest, thinnest tablet on the market right now. That's extra flossy in my opinion. All right, extra. Look at this. Look how thin it is. You know, I tell you real quick. When I first opened this up, and I told my girl, I said, do me a favor, type some stuff in, put all my emails and stuff for me. When I passed it to her, she really was like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying? She got an iPad Air. So this, if somebody with an iPad Air says wow, then you know it's light. So you're getting extra points on just having the thinnest, lightest, easy to carryest tablet. You know, you could just stick this anywhere. You know, look how thin and light it is. No weight. All right. Not to mention, it's a Sony. Everybody knows Sony is not, you know, some no-name brand company that you never heard of. Not that branding is all that important, but when we're talking about Floss Factor, branding is important. All right. So somebody pulls out a Galaxy Note and you pulled out, you know, a Pathmark brand tablet. Yeah, they might have the same specs, but, you know, sometimes branding is important. It is. I mean, let's just be real. Some of y'all don't care about branding, and, you know, in certain situations, I don't care about branding either, but in a lot of situations, I do. You know, I might throw in a pair of zips to go to the park and play some ball or whatever, but when you're going out on a date, then you got to throw on, you know, the Gucci shoes, the Nikes or whatever. You know, you got to get, you know, you got to do it. Everybody's a victim to branding at some point. So let's just, you know, throw that out there. But like I said, Floss Factor on this, I'm giving it a 9. The bezels, they might have to grow on you. But once you start holding this in your hand and realize that, okay, now you can hold this like this, especially for gaming, you can hold this like this and not accidentally press any apps. You're going to get used to those bezels. The no flashlight, not a big deal. You got a phone. So not a big deal. Only thing that really kills me so far right now is this bag. Look at the back. Is that a big deal? No, because I'm probably going to get some kind of case or something and drop it on there. Even if I got to get like some kind of plastic, screen, made specifically for this, a big plastic cutout, whatever. I don't like to see all these fingerprints like this. I don't like when you come in my office and my tablet's on the desk, it's just looking all, fingerprinted up like this. I don't like that. That's probably the smallest deal in the world. But like I said, I'm OCD status, so to me, it's a big deal. You could also pinch it in, add your widgets, add your wallpapers, add your themes. Of course, I always got to put the same theme on all my devices. Real nice. And I like to use the black wallpaper. When you use a black wallpaper like this, you can't really even see the bezels. So if you get this tablet, try out a solid black wallpaper and watch how hot it's going to look. Overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving this tablet a solid win. This tablet's a go, especially on Verizon. Now, I'm underground right now. I'm chilling up in my basement. But when you're outside in the street, the Verizon network in New York City is great. When I was using this earlier, it's almost like being on Wi-Fi. The Verizon network is great. The waterproof and thinnest, lightest tablet, I can't stress that enough how hot that is. This is what separates this from all of the other tablets I got. Just the thinness. I had this, matter of fact, where's that bag at? Let me see if I got it right here. I had this in my usual tech bag that I carry around with me. A bag like this. All right, I had this in here. I had to check before I left to make sure that the tablet was in here. It adds no weight. I'm dead serious. I couldn't even remember if I put the tablet in my bag or not. That's how thin and light this is. Overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a win. Check it out for yourself. I'll throw the link for Verizon up in the website, up in the description. But you could probably get this on Amazon. I got to do my Amazon Warrior techniques later and find out if it's cheaper. This one right here is coming directly from Verizon, though. But like I said, check around for yourself. You probably get it for a couple of dollars cheaper on Amazon. Shout out to everybody that rock with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And also special shout out to everybody rocking with the Amazon Warrior series. Get your drinks ready for next Sunday. We're getting it popping. Oh yeah, one more thing before I get out of here. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Floss. I'm out. Deuces.